There's someone else here, though. There's also a beautiful cat named TC running around. TC stands for tiny cat. She's shy, but she's beautiful. So let's keep those doors closed. And also, it's raining, so we should be inside. It was a real debate. We were back and forth, and I'm so happy that we are all here together. Guys, we're going to keep this over there. Use it. Be cool. That's all we have. There's PBR in the back. Help yourself. And one of the most fun things about houseprov is there's more than just this one. They keep happening. And if you want to know about them, we have a clipboard that's going to run around. Drew's holding it. Put your email down, and we're going to let you know when they come up. So we would love to see you here and in the future ones. Guys, we have a huge amount of apps coming through, but the person that's going to guide us through the entire night is a sweet, sweet boy. And I want us all to put our hands together and welcome Ted McKinney.
Hello. I don't need a mic, but I never say no to one. Thanks for coming to houseprov 24. Yeah. To open the show, I'm going to tell a story about when I was 24.
Yes.
I got my first real job, like outside of college, and I still work there. That's about it. Cool. I have some fun bits planned later. Throughout the night, you'll see them. Did y'all smell that fire earlier?
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking, this entire building could burn to the ground and me be the only survivor, and I still wouldn't get a Herald team. This is poison. I'm killing you. We have a truly fucking great show for y'all. I'm so excited. And starting us off is improv from Mary Kate and Ashley. Holmes is filling in for Mary Kate. Woo!
And to get us started, can we just get a suggestion of truly anything at all? Tattoo. Thank you. You know, my mom told me that I should never get the name of a woman that I love inked onto my bare flesh.
But there's always an exception.
There's
always an exception, and I bought this really cute outfit last night, and I put it on for him. And she liked it so much.
She was so cute. I mean, Natalie, she's been smoking freaking hot.
Don't say that.
No, but babe, you have.
No, I haven't.
No, you know that you have. And I mean, like she's got this like really like cheap pair of overalls I really like, and like there's this really fun Van Halen shirt that like is kind of like cut off on the top. She looks really hot. But
So
like,
tell them you got a tattoo. Show them.
okay, so
It's been my dream for someone to tattoo my name on them ever since my dad actually tattooed all my siblings' names on his arm.
and so it's like right there, and then this is her new romper and her in it.
And a lot of people say because I have really long legs, I can't wear rompers because it just goes right up the vag. But you'd actually be shocked that it doesn't hurt at all. And Brett, you said so many nice words about me. Can I say something about you?
Oh my god, baby, if you want, sure.
I like to ask permission.
Hell yeah.
Because Brett's really nice, but sometimes it's not.
It's kind of tough, like, you know, like being so strong and so masculine, like sometimes, like I feel. What?
You're never mean to me, but sometimes when you lash out, like when your computer shuts down and you punch a wall. Or, you know, when you can't open the jar of pickles, you slam it on the ground to open it.
Okay, well, not my fault that the pickles were being a bitch!
No.
That's not my fault!
Other than his anger, Brett has a great sense of humor and style. Brett and I actually met, we were actually at a bar, and I had the worst day ever because I had food poisoning, but I had to go to my nurse interview.
Nurse interview at a bar.
Yeah, it was at a bar. It's a startup hospital. And I actually went and I had food poisoning, so I did not feel very good, but I sucked it up like I always will.
And I had kind of had like, you know, like a perfect day, you know, like I woke up at like noon and then I didn't have to
He's asleep that he stays then.
Yeah, I didn't have to go to work at the shop or anything. And so, you know, I just like rolled out of bed around like 3 o'clock, grabbed a brew with my boys, and little did I know I'd run into the love of my life.
Exactly. Okay. So I can see here you don't have experience working at a coffee shop. What made you want to apply?
I love to be awake early.
Okay. I love that. There's more to it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Of course, there's more to it.
Okay.
I just, you know, I love the atmosphere whenever I go into a coffee shop. Everybody seems very cool, very chill, and that's the sort of thing I like to embody as well.
And I really like that you say that because people do not get baristas the fucking credit they deserve. Okay? Yeah. I've been managing this location for, what is it now? You're gonna make me sound old. 2 years.
The Belmont and Clark Starbucks, it's a wonderful establishment. I love what you've done with it over the past couple months.
I might just want to give you a chance because we will have to teach you how to make the coffee, but our staff here has been slacking. They've been disrespecting me.
Well, that seems rude. You seem like a very intelligent woman, so why would anybody freaking disrespect you?
That means the world. That means the world because I am intelligent, and I know that.
That's 4 good things.
I have a couple more questions, but I'm just actually getting a really bad headache because I'm remembering that I have to go back in and manage these people who hate me.
Oh my gosh! I have an associate's degree in massage therapy.
No, you don't.
I absolutely do. I know a great technique. Would you like your scalp relieved?
Why aren't you applying at a massage place?
Because, well, you know, I tried that out for a little while, and it is a huge passion of mine, but it didn't work out.
I lay here.
Yeah, just lay down, make yourself comfortable.
I lay right here.
Is the music all right?
The music's okay. I have a really insane situation going on right now. On my back end. Okay.
Are you talking about your back end or your back end?
Don't. If this is going to be a riddle sort of situation.
Are you talking about your back end or your keister?
I'm talking about my back and my butt. It's my whole back, and it has acne. Nothing on the front.
Well, that's not a situation.
It is a situation. Tell that to anyone I've ever dated. Because we're hooking up. We're going from behind outfits. Fuck fucking me from behind. Zits are popping left and right. Have you ever been fucked from behind and had pus spreading left and right? Now dig in.
I've never had sex before.
I am so
Is there normal? Is pus normal? Is that a normal amount of pus for an intimate exchange between two adults?
No, it is not.
It's an abnormal amount of pus for intercourse.
It's abnormal. Are you gonna dig in or are we gonna keep talking?
Well, I'm sorry. I get distracted when people bring up intimacy.
You do?
Well, yes, because I've never been intimate before. It's only been stuck through the pants.
Okay.
And so it kind of just makes me feel like no one's ever going to want to get under my pants, you know?
Okay. Are you
Like no one's ever going to want to get under my pants.
on to me right
People are just want to get over my pants.
now? You are fired from the place because we did hear that you're telling everyone you're a virgin.
I don't think you need to be this nervous.
I am nervous. He hasn't seen me since college.
Okay, well, I mean, you look way hotter than you did in college, so you have absolutely nothing to be
Of
nervous
course
about.
I do, but only in a couple areas.
Okay, well, I think it's what areas do you feel like you look hotter in?
Right to face.
Where
areas do you think I look
That's
hotter?
crazy because I think that your left tit has really developed.
Samantha, that means the world because you know that she's smaller, and every single night I do this. Every single night because I read online that does help.
So I think it's working. I see it, and you know,
He was the biggest bully to me. And the fact that he accidentally asked me out now because he can't recognize me, I just really, really want him to be deep inside me and for me to say, I'm Casey Sack from high school.
Casey, I'm your best friend, and I absolutely love this plan.
Don't call me
But-
Casey, you know. That was my name in high school.
Okay, Cassandra. this kind of feels like a vengeance. Fuck.
It is a vengeance fuck.
Is that healthy? Are you gonna feel good about that afterwards?
I don't know. Is you eating the cake for breakfast healthy? We all saw.
Okay, it was a carrot cake, so that's technically a vegetable. It was healthy.
It's not like you want the little vengeance fucks.
Okay, it's not like you don't eat something that's not technically for breakfast.
Why? Are you starting to fight with me?
Why are you starting to fight with me?
I shouldn't go.
No, I shouldn't eat cake.
Will you go to the date and sit at another table and make sure everything's going okay?
That feels like a dumb idea, but I will. Oh, you look good.
Thanks. So you grew up in Rockford.
Yeah, I did. I grew up in Rockford. I went to Rockford Regional High School.
You did?
Yeah.
Rockford Original.
Yeah. It was.
I heard they had a really, really good valedictorian.
Yeah, I dated the valedictorian. She had a sweet puss.
She had a sweet puss.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's why I told you, obviously.
Did were you like kind of nice growing up? Like a lot of people know that I was like just a sweetheart when I was being raised and born. People always say, I walk down the street and they're like, that's the neighborhood sweetheart.
Yeah, well, people always said I'm really sweet too. I'm my mom's favorite of my brothers and stuff. The rest of them are kind of annoying, but
Oh, that's super cool. Actually, you guys, I don't want to start anything because I know that you guys are. Is this a date?
yeah, this is absolutely 100% a date. Do you not see how hot we both are? And
I did see how. I just want to let you guys know that there's a woman over there who is staring at you in a way that I don't feel okay. It's that one. And I just wanted to let you guys know because I can't kick anyone out because I actually I'm 16. But they let me serve. They let me serve here, but I'm not gonna tell an adult what to do, really. You know.
Yeah, no, I mean, she's just rubbing her tit. I feel fine about that.
You do?
Yeah, do you feel good about it?
I do feel good about it. I don't even mind rubbing mine for the rest of the meal if you guys all needed me to.
Okay, well then, I guess I'm sorry, I'm 16, I'm sorry.
Wow, that's pretty hot. Maybe we should just skip dinner and go home.
You want to skip dinner and go home?
Yeah. If
Okay.
that's, I mean, if that's.
I'm the one you were in high school, you little bitch.
What, Tori?
Mom, do you mind going over my math homework?
Sure, sweetie, I do. Mom has a lot to do today, though. So I have to go soon.
You have to go soon?
Yeah, Mommy, she has a few meetings and things, but I think your dad is he'll be here to pick you up
We're having an
anytime.
affair.
What?
I've been reading your email. That's why I asked you to grade my homework. That was your last chance to save yourself. For me bringing it up. Dad doesn't know. I don't want to tell him, but I might have to.
If I had been able to stay longer to grade your homework, you wouldn't have told me you were looking through my email and noticed I had you there.
Suddenly I'm the victim.
Okay, Catherine, you don't just go through other people's personal things.
Mom, I was doing the wash for you while you were out late, and I saw a man's boxers that are not Dad's. Why do I know all of Dad's boxers? That's something he can take up with me himself.
Are you doing both of our laundries?
Am I doing both of your laundry? Yes. Because I don't want to go. I don't want to be a little privileged ass kid who goes to college and learns how to do his laundry for his first time ever. Yeah, right. I'm gonna already know how to do it. I'm gonna already know how to do it well. I also scrub the floors while you guys are gone too.
Okay, well you brought up the boxer laundry issue as if you're upset about it.
I am upset about it because if you break up this family before I graduate, that's not what most people do. And I would like for you guys to wait for me to graduate.
Catherine, when you're older,
Yes.
you're gonna understand that being in a relationship is very complicated.
I'm in a relationship with Kim at work. And by work, I mean school. But I like to call it work because someday I'll have a job.
Honey, that's so exciting. How long have you and Kim been dating for?
You don't care that I'm gay?
Not really.
You see how I use this whole affair thing to come out to you as gay?
You're much more manipulative than I thought.
I wrote a letter to you that I was gay. I told you in a lot of different ways, but I could never send it, so I decided the affair thing was the best way.
The two Barbies kissing that you put in my bed. You're right. I should have seen that.
You just picked them up and put them back in my room.
I thought you were just being a messy little girl.
I would never play with two girl Barbies in your room. Anyways, yeah, I am dating Kim, and it's going pretty good. So I do know about relationships. Kim hasn't told her parents yet.
Would Kim's parents have a problem with it?
I don't know, maybe they're cheating too.
Well,
Well, Mom. I found out that you are doing something that you shouldn't be.
go back to bed.
Mom.
What? Everybody does things that they shouldn't, okay? I'm gonna have a Coke. Do you want a Coke?
Yes.
Why don't you take your Coke, go back upstairs, play The Sims, and go to bed.
Okay, I will.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine. I tried super hard to tell my mom, but it just wasn't the night for sure.
Well, I mean, That's okay. There's gonna be a lot of other opportunities for you to tell her.
I don't know about it because whenever I try to bring anything up, she just says that things happen and she just gives me a different treat. I mean, take it and then I go upstairs. We've never talked about anything real before.
Well, my mom was really understanding about it. I mean,
You told her today?
Yeah, I did. I told her today.
And I love my life. No, I've never even said that before. Can you believe I said over the phone? Super high school of me.
You're the love of my life too. And I mean, if your mom knows, I mean that's okay. But if she doesn't care,
She doesn't have to know because I think that my mom doesn't like talking to me much about anything. So why would I tell her the most vulnerable things about myself?
yeah, that doesn't make any of those things less important. You just don't tell your mom.
Also, did you hear the school goss?
No, what?
Mrs. Crowder, he's a pedophile.
Making my way downtown. It's a solo. It's a solo. Thank you. That was Mary Kate and Ashley. Holmes is filling in for Ashley.
No.
That's. I said what I said. You know how I said there were bits?
Yes.
So I'm about to do one. Let's see. Okay. So, how's everyone's day?
Hey.
Okay. So, recently at work, that job that I still have, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and the other day a Glee clip came up, and I watched it, and then I kept watching more and more and more Glee clips. So now, if you go to my YouTube, like recommended, it's truly all just Glee clips and like Glee edits, like Blaine and Kurt edits. Yeah. Does anyone watch Glee or watch? Okay, so some of you might like this. Tragically, Glee did get canceled at the end at season 6, and I was like, what if there was a multiverse? And in this multiverse, I went there, and Glee season 7 happened.
Oh.
So this is the rundown of what would happen if Glee season 7 happened. Okay? Previously on Glee. So the show didn't end up ending in season 6 as previously thought, and this is actually a universe in which Glee continued on. Cool? Cool. The multiverse is fun. Remember that at the end of season 6, we find out that every episode from the show was actually a dream that Rachel Berry was in, and that the characters of Noah Puckerman, Finn Hudson, Santana Lopez, Quinn Fabray, and Sue Sylvester were all not real, and just manifestations of Rachel's anxiety and subconscious. Why just those 5 characters? Well, I can tell you it's not, because 2 of the actors have passed away, and 2 of the actors did not get along with the star of the show and the creator of their show, respectively, and the final character was written so poorly that there was no justification wasting the talents of said actress who just got offered a main role in season 3 of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So we join Rachel at the beginning of her junior year in high school. Luckily for us, actresses don't age until they do. And she still can pass for a sprightly and annoying 16 to 17-year-old teen. Rachel, Kurt, Blaine, Artie, Mercedes, Sam, Tina, Mike, Marley, Ryder, Kitty, and Unique are what the Glee Club is. Mr. Shu is actually married to Holly Holiday, played by Gwyneth Paltrow, and they got her to stay on by combining the other 5 actors' salaries. You go, Gwen. The main storylines that they deal with are Rachel dealing with aging out of Glee Club, Kurt and Blaine dealing with online trolling, not homophobic. It's actually just other gays online who are mean to them because they think that their style overall sucks. and that they play into monogamy because they've been brainwashed by their heteronormative upbringings into thinking that there is only one person out there for you, and that even though the queer experience celebrates non-monogamous partnerships, they ignore that for something more traditional. Mercedes, Artie, Tina, Mike, and Sam deal with living in Trump's America, and we find out that Sam is a huge Trump supporter. Disappointing to say the least. Marley, Ryder, and Kitty all deal with the fact that Marley is bisexual and in love with both Kitty and Ryder. A reductive representation of the issues that bisexual individuals go through, but more specific to female-identifying bisexuals. But hey, that's Ryan Murphy for ya. Unique, the best singer in the club, gets whisked away to Broadway early in the season to play Osaka and the Broadway revival of Once on This Island, and is only seen at nationals. The New Directions come up third, behind Vocal Adrenaline, still coached by Adele Dazeem, and some other Glee Club. This season is well received, and Gwyneth Paltrow wins an Emmy. Yay! Jake Gyllenhaal wins an Emmy for guest star, and he plays Holly's brother, and gay. The worst song is No, by Meghan Trainor, performed by Vocal Adrenaline, in a Me Too type protest at nationals. It's weird and also very Ryan Murphy. And the best song is Sorry by Justin Bieber, sung by Blaine DeKirk, and it's a cute moment. You guys, good news. Glee got picked up for season 8, so stick around and you'll find out what happens in season 8. But whoa, before that, let's get to the next act. It's solo from one of my favorite performers in this entire freaking city, Tim Felton!
So kind. Wow. Hey, everybody. Yeah. I have a question. Oh boy. I was thinking of doing 2 different things, and I came to them both. So I could either tell just a story from my life, or I could do some solo characters for y'all. Is there anyone that feels like really got the spirit moving and they need to see something? No one needs to see anything from me. But does anyone have a preference? We have a story. Yeah, story. Okay, I've never done this before, so yeah.
So it's baseball season, right?
Yeah. Yeah, is that right? Good. I feel like I have a 3/4 chance of getting that right because it's long. Eventually, I'll get this untangled and then it'll be more comfortable. So I don't know if this has been on my mind for that reason or not, but I was an umpire. That's one of the first jobs I had for baseball. Thank you. Some people like umpires. I didn't have an opinion on them. But I was an umpire, and I was about 12 years old. Is that 7th grade?
Yeah.
Well, this is a participatory thing. We're doing it together. So yeah, I was about 12 years old. Corey Morris was very good at sports. I, on the other hand, was not a baseball kid. So before we get into umpiring, let's go back a little bit. I played 1 year of baseball prior to this. It was pitching machine. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's not T-ball and it's not coach pitch, but there's a machine. Thinking more consistency, someone like me is more likely to hit the ball. Not true. So I played one season of pitching machine. I was so bad that my dad had my brother Dan. I'm one of 5. I'm second from the youngest. All of this not important. But my brother Dan, who's 6 years older than me, my dad tasked him with the job of taking me out back after we scooped for dog poop, of course, just stuff like that. But to try and learn to catch a fly ball, and he wasn't going to throw a real baseball because that could hurt. So we took a tennis ball out just to give you an idea of the kind of child I was. I still successfully let the first one hit me in the eye, went back inside crying, and we never did it again. So that's kind of my history with baseball. Okay, so we're moving forward. I'm umpiring to get this job from Corey. All the cool kids are doing it. Okay, Corey Morris used to host these makeout parties that somehow I got invited to, and so I was hitched to him. I was not going to leave Corey Morris aside. So when he was going to be an umpire, I was going to be an umpire. So I went to Gus Turner Sports at Eastland Mall, and I got my gear, which, if you don't know, is a very boxy, which maybe would be back in, short sleeve blue button up. You can pick your trousers to wear, so I chose jeans, and a hat. And so I got that stuff. I was ready to go. But it was something else you should know about when I was little. That 1 year pitching machine, after the incident with the tennis ball, it was picture day, so which is a thing. Please believe me, because it's true. And I couldn't find my hat, and so my mom, her name is Margaret, we call her Maggie. She said, "Where's your hat?" And I was under the deck or something. I thought, like downstairs. So I went downstairs, and a wasp flew into my shirt and stung me on the back. And I was already afraid of stinging insects, so it was further traumatized. And I was swollen. I was red faced. I had tears in my eye. I was the only boy in the picture without a hat, who also clearly looked like he had been crying for about an hour. So that was me, baseball. One other experience from my first year pitching machine, when they couldn't put me in the outfield because it felt like just too much, it was like, we can't put him back in right field. They would put me at pitching, which, as I told you before, it's a pitching machine. So I have to stand in the circle where the pitching machine is, and the other adult who's feeding the balls. So there's 3 of us, 2 sentient, 1 a machine, in this circle. And I was so afraid of that person hitting that ball and it hitting me that I would, throughout the inning, scoot a little bit every time to try and get behind the pitching machine so that I was guarded from the ball. About say every 4 pitches, I'd scoot a little bit every time when I was like, yeah, good one, guys, good one, and then I would set up a little bit closer to the pitching machine. Until my coach, without fail, would say, "Tim, get out from behind the pitching machine." Then I would cower. I would get so far back. There's a little circle you had to stay inside. So that's my experience in baseball. Now fast forward to umpiring, pitching machine. I was older now. I was 12. The others were 5 and 6. And I'm back there, and I have my little. The other tool I had was like a little clicker thing to count the number of balls and strikes. I don't know that they did strikes, but to count the number of pitches and innings, that sort of thing. So I'm behind the catcher. I'm explaining this because I would need this explanation if I was there. I'm not explaining it because it's good or talking down to you. Again, not a baseball person. So I'm behind the catcher, and someone midway through, I think it was probably my second game of the season. First game went gloriously. People probably wrote about it in the local paper. I don't know. But I was there, and someone makes contact, this young youth, makes contact with the ball, and it goes right down like the right field line, about 4 feet. Okay, so it goes down, it lands 4 feet down the line, and it rolls outside of the line. I didn't know the rules, so I thought if it landed in line, inside, and then it's got to be fair. That's not the way it works, just to catch everyone up. It has to go past the base. I learned this when I was maybe 13 or 14. Well, I did not know. So I yelled, he hit it, landed, rolled out, no one moved. The batter looked at me, and I said, "Fair ball!" The batter stared at me again, looked to his coach, looked back at me, and I said to this youth, "Fair ball!" And then I went. So I need to start running down the first baseline. He slowly lets his bat go. No fielders moving because everyone knows the rules except for me. And this kid lets his bat go, looks back at me for approval, and I'm like, and he just kind of goes about this speed down to first base. The parents are on the fence. Okay, they are living. They're screaming at me. white knuckles. Their fingertips are getting. It's like maybe Walking Dead or something. They're like trying to get through to me. The only thing I remember from my training, which was like 4 hours in this shed with the other cool kids and one old, probably sad guy if I could go back in time, but was once you make a call, stick to it. So the parents are on the fence, losing their minds. I turn around because I'm afraid. They can't get me. It goes up high unless they're something else. But I turn around just to look at them because I want to be sure that no one has a weapon or anything, that I'm safe. And so I look at them. I look back. The fielders are still not moving. And I say, fair ball! Eventually, a fielder walks to it, picks it up, throws it back to the pitcher. If it was me, I would have avoided the throw. But that pitcher caught it. And timeout was called. At that point, the coach from the team, the pitching team, so the team is hurt here, he comes about 3 feet out of the dugout, and he says, that's not a fair ball. I make eye contact for about 3 seconds and look away. And I gather myself to look and say, fair ball! I don't know if I was red. I wish I could. I mean, I must have been. Or maybe I'm just so blindly confident. I don't know. But so he doesn't know what to do, and it's pitching machine. He shouldn't be that invested. So he goes back into his dugout. But eventually, because the parents are going so ballistic, the coach that is benefiting, the batting team coach, walks out, talks to his player at first base, then walks slowly down the baseline. To me, yeah, he's probably 35 or something. I'm looking up at him. Takes his hat off. He says, look, what's your name? I'm Tim. It's like, Tim, you made a mistake. We all know you made a mistake. It's okay. No big deal. I'll have my guy come back down. He'll bat again, you know? We'll just redo, you know? It's totally fine. I was grateful for the opportunity. You know, this guy's showing me kindness when I've got these rabid beasts behind me. He's like, that's all you got to do. Just bring him down here. We'll set up. We'll do it again. I won't tell your boss. I look at him just, I don't know what it looked like. I put my hat back on because I mean business. No. I'm sorry, sir. Fair ball! And I did this, which means safe. Thanks, that's my story.
Thank you so much. Devontae! Earlier, I messed up a name at the end. I got hit by a car when I was younger, so I have a bad memory. It's true. Okay, you want to hear more about Glee? Yeah. Cool. So we hear from E! News that Glee got renewed for an 8th and 9th, and the ninth will be the final season. Sad, but they got money. Bye. So this is Glee season 8. The synopsis of what would happen. We open on auditions. Yay! It's Rachel, Mercedes, Kurt, and Mike's senior year. It's Tina, Blaine, Artie, and Sam's junior year. It's Kitty, Marley, Ryder, and Unique's sophomore year. Unique did win a Tony for Once on the Side. Auditions are great. And the Glee Club gets the addition of Kenan and Emily. Twins who sing so good together and are also really funny. They sort of steal the show and become fan favorites instantly. Rejected are Ian and Matthew. And some guy whose name we just don't know, but he randomly will show up and be angry at Glee Club. He protests all their performance a la the Westboro Baptist Church and funerals. It's weird, but very Ryan Murphy. Storylines are Rachel and Kurt both audition for Tish and get in. Yay. Mercedes discovers oil in her backyard and makes a ton of money and starts her own record company. Mike auditions for So You Think You Can Dance and wins. Tina and Blaine are sad Rachel and Kurt are moving to New York. Artie is keen on getting a job. Sam is still in the house for loving Trump and we rarely see him. Kitty and Marley are exclusive. Rude. I'm speaking. Kitty and Marley are exclusive and it's so cute. Ryder writes and films a sad short movie and he wins an Oscar. The Academy loves a sad straight white guy. Kenan and Emily start a YouTube channel where they do various sketches and are all around weird and convince the school that they are having sex because they think that's funny. They aren't having sex, and actually Kenan is gay and goes to conversion therapy, and it doesn't work. And Emily is sad, her brother is gone. Truly, it's not hard to be pointed out. Literally a kindergartner. Truly a kindergartner.
I have so many coins.
We gave him a mic. Truly psycho. Kenan goes to conversion therapy, it doesn't work, and Emily hates their parents for sending Kenan to conversion therapy. And in real life, I do want you to know that my parents did not send me to conversion therapy. I volunteered myself. Yeah, I volunteered myself. Jake Gyllenhaal's character is back, and he rescues Kenan from the conversion therapy camp with the help of Emily, and it's actually a really funny episode. Mr. Shu and Holly have a son named Kyle. In the season finale, the New Directions win nationals. Yay! They beat Adele Dazeem and Vocal Adrenaline. The season ends in dramatic Grey's Anatomy style drama when the guy who was rejected earlier in the season shows up to school with a gun and shoots Mr. Shu. Again, this is a storyline Ryan Murphy would exploit. And we are left unaware of his fate. Kenan and Emily both win Golden Globes. Gwyneth Paltrow wins her second consecutive Emmy. Jake Gyllenhaal also wins an Emmy. The worst song is This Is America by Childish Gambino, performed by Sam, the Trump supporter, because Ryan Murphy truly is a monster. The best song is Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, performed by Kenan, Emily, and Jake Gyllenhaal. It's truly a poignant moment. That was season 8. Wild that this next season of Glee is going to be the final season, but you know, all good things have to end. Like my hosting gig. This will be the only time that I'm allowed to do this. But let's not dwell on the past. Let's look forward to the future. And one thing that I really look forward to is in winter, starting these things. You may know them. You may know what they're called. But they also share the name with the same team that's coming up next. You go out to a field, bring beers, shoot a shotgun. And welcome to the stage, Bonfire!
It's not real fire. And we would like a suggestion of something that you keep in your everyday bag. Something you have all the time. Mine would be like chapstick. What was that? Chapstick.
Mints.
Mints. Thank you so much. And I love your glasses and headbands. Okay, mints, guys. Okay, take it away.
When I was a kid, I loved sugar. I feel like my parents gave us like a bad relationship with food. Because right. Because then I would go to like the store with like money that I found. I don't know where, but like maybe my parents not drinking those. And then I would buy wintergreen mints and I would walk around with a whole bag in my pocket.
That's what you would buy?
Yeah. That's what I would buy.
That's what you would buy.
That's what I would buy.
I was not allowed to have sweets or like things like we would get like Special K and then we could like sprinkle like sugar on it when it was like exciting.
Those
And
are
I would
sweets.
go to my friend Audrey's, who
Made
her parents
sweets.
were reckless, and they had like a little like one of those like cabinets that you like turned in it and like rotate. There's like Cheez-Its,
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts, and I was just like, let's get Jack on Dr.
Anybody
Pepper.
got a rotating pantry thing drawer? They have the shit.
I was just like, what do you want to do?
There was no one that had that, and you went in and it was like Snappies. It was
Right.
like you went in there and there was like Cheez-Its, Goldfish,
Right.
candy.
I was like, some of this is expired, but I'm still housing it.
And I bet she like now has self-control. Is like the moral of this.
Well, I think it was never. She also had a hummingbird metabolism. She's so small.
So small. My parents had a drawer of candy under the TV. That was in case you wanted candy to watch TV. And
They love it.
but they never had like good normal candies. Like we
Whoppers,
had
a lot
like
of
no,
Whoppers.
we did have a lot of Whoppers, big Whopper family, big milk dud family. But thank you. But we also they had a lot of like jujubes and like little like old candies that would like get stuck in your shit. And I had braces. And man, did I pop a wire or two.
Do you guys ever read that book? I don't know what the book was. I don't know who the author was.
So,
Okay,
well, it's gonna be good for us later. Yeah.
Near the end, they're on a picnic blanket, and one of the characters,
Spoiler alert.
his name her, bites into a Whopper and spiders crawl out.
No.
And she's just
That's an old wives' That's not a book, that's a nightmare.
Also, I thought that was a bug, and it's not. If anyone's wondering, it's not a bug.
Oh,
Can I tell you? Not a bug. Safe? Not a bug.
Is it a smushed bug? No, it's like a leaf.
I think it's like a dust bunny.
Okay, sorry.
Kind
Cute.
Kind of fun, kind of
Thank you for having us in your home. My God.
It's a beautiful place.
My lord.
I recently on Amazon I bought caffeinated mints.
Slut.
Okay. Sorry.
Like,
Don't be
with,
sorry.
like Kylie, like Red Bull caffeinated
Each
mints. or
mint is
just,
supposed
like-
to be like a cup and a half of coffee.
Do you have any? Let's all just get jacked out of our fucking minds.
Are you rich? That sounds so.
No, they're like
That's
here's
yeah,
the
okay.
crazy part. It's like it's $5 for like 40 minutes.
Oh.
It's poison. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Fine.
I've been pooping bad lately.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. I saw the snack goods today. The pantry is stocked. Ever since Karen from HR left, the snacks have been going crazy. Ah.
Well, I can't. I don't know because I can't figure out how to get my email on.
Okay, well, when I don't know what to do at work, I just go to the kitchen and grab a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, no, that's why I came to work to get out of the kitchen, so I can't figure out how to get my Outlook on. Well, you know, I can't figure it out.
That's weird. You should put in a request. Oh, Karen's not here. You're right.
How would I put a number 5?
Well, when they hire someone new, it'll be like top of the list.
How about what list?
Don't shoot the messenger. We're equals.
Don't yell at me. Oh my gosh. I said I want to sit next to that ice boy that reminds me of my son Ethan. Okay, don't yell at me. Don't yell at me because that's why I love the house because my son Ethan is still there, and he won't leave. And he has the computer. He loves the video games, and he's a shooter McGavin. And I can't stop.
Shelly, you can bring him to work. They told you can bring him.
I'm not bringing that.
Shelly, they put a little desk next to me for him to sit at. It's empty every day.
He is 22, and he needs to realize that the long hair, short outlook on life isn't going well. Okay, he needs to get out. He needs to go and kind of have some vitamin D. And maybe, I don't know, a passion, huh? Other than yelling at his mom.
Bring him in for a Pop-Tart.
I
Okay?
can't. No,
It's a
he's
hard
got-
job market out there. He has passions in skateboarding. There isn't an opportunity currently in the job market for that. But I know that there will be.
I'm sorry. If I, who truly doesn't even understand what a keyboard is, can do that and get a job here, huh? At collectiveunit.com, then I assume my son, who has a college degree, is young, says things to me like
I'm
two
gonna
months
interrupt you, Shelly. I'm gonna interrupt you. But I
Oh,
didn't
well,
like-
welcome to my life. Sounds like my son.
But I didn't like what you did right there. I feel like you undermined what you bring to this team. I don't think they looked at your resume and said, she doesn't have a college degree. They looked at your resume and said, look at that smile in that headshot. Look at those teeth. Imagine what those teeth could bring to the kitchen, to the team, to our team meetings. The morale that you bring.
The
Your
morale.
email doesn't work, doesn't need to. Are you here to answer emails or are you here to make people feel good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my objective, I said, I'm bubbly like a LaCroix. Intoxicating like a White Claw.
That's in the kitchen too. They got
Yes.
White Claw.
Don't stop saying that.
Honey, what the fuck? Okay. Do you want me to pause? It would be wonderful. I have a question. Who
What's
was
up?
that?
Who was
Were you
that?
talking to someone that I don't see?
Yeah.
How are you talking to someone that I cannot see? I'm in the room. I don't see a person. Who are you talking to?
Mom, are you going through menopause?
No. No, I'm young and I'm spry. I was wondering, did you?
You're sweating a lot.
Yeah, well, because I just got a hell of a lot of packages outside. Amazon came and they dropped off 54 packages to this home.
Yeah.
I haven't touched Amazon.com in months because I'm quitting. Your mom's quitting. But did you order? Or is it a mistake? Is it a mistake?
It's not a mistake. Can you bring them in?
The 54 packages?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you too weak to do that, Mom?
I think I might be too weak to do it. Some of them are big, honey. Some of them are as tall as me. 5 feet.
Wait, I'll deal with it later then.
Okay, well they might get stolen. I think that's how
What do you
someone
want
sees
from me?
54 packages outside the house. They think one of these has to be free, you know. So they'll take them. I just if you could pause the game, say
Game's already
goodbye to your
paused.
friend, say goodbye to your friend, and maybe go get the pack. What did you order and with what money? Honey, with what money?
What did I order and with what money?
That's exactly the question just said back to me. Yes.
You heard of Bitcoin, Mom?
Have I heard of it? Yeah, but for the life of me, I cannot understand it. I try as I might. I don't get it.
I've come into a massive amount of Bitcoins. And I don't want to tell you how.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
But I
You know
sold
me
my
well.
sperm online.
Okay.
I've been
So I have.
I
have grandbaby?
potentially sure.
I have grandbabies?
Maybe.
How much Bitcoin did you get for how much sperm?
Well,
Do you have to know how
break out the
Bitcoin
math?
works?
Do you want me
say
to break out the
I
math?
just want to know how many grandbabies I can have.
Potentially thousands.
Potentially thousands.
Guys, it came today in the mail. What do we do with it? A whole bucket of sperm.
Mother, what do we do with it?
Sister Susan, you go first.
Well, we have to ration it. It has to last the whole
Oh.
winter.
You are so alcoholic.
It doesn't look like a lot, but it's creamy.
But don't put your hands in it. Don't waste it. You're supposed to do it with a tiny spoon. Now it's contaminated.
Should we put it in the refrigerator until it's ready for harvest?
Why are we both holding it? If I let go, will you keep holding it?
Oh, I will never.
Or will
let
it
go
drop?
of it.
Okay.
It bounces.
It's everywhere.
Oh no.
I caught some of it.
Gulp it down.
Sister, why would that be the thing that I have to do?
I don't know. I've only lived on this farm my whole life. I can barely see outside my bonnet.
Oh. Well, when the cows, when they have babies, it's usually right after they hump each other and make love and rub it all up in their mouths.
I can't possibly have cows have sex.
Wait,
That's all.
That is how a cow has sex. One of them comes and then the other one rubs their face in it. That's how we breed our cows. That's how we breed our cows.
We kind of have to talk to our cows about that. That's pretty weird.
No, I run the cow room. I think they do it for morale. They seem like they're having a good fall.
It makes the cheese very
Frothy.
I got cheese right now.
Wash my hands. Why is the water making it worse? I don't understand.
Sister, those were words.
The water's making it worse. I can't get it off my body.
I put cum in the faucet.
Well, my boys, they're going through a stage. that kind of go, I looked into my husband's eyes and I said, I need you to be here more. I need you to kind of have, more say in what goes around. And he says, honey, stop talking to me. He says, I got places to be, I got things to do, and I don't care if we have an article bathroom or not. You put t-shirts like you wanna. So I said, all right. Next time though, he yells at me for not knowing it's lotion when it's hand soap. I'm not doing it. I'm leaving. That's what I told him. What he said.
See, for me, opposite problem. My husband, too much in my life. I wake up, his face is 6 inches from
I
my
hate that.
looking at.
You must get spooked often. That's
Yes.
scary. But
I go, I make coffee, I turn around, she's right there. I splash it on him. He doesn't care. He doesn't feel it.
I had a horse story. My friend Trina, she had a son who would come down the stairs, and she would wake up. I'm not kidding. She would wake up, and he would be there, and he would say, "Just checking." That's real.
Mine, similar, but no words. Just the face.
Oh my God. Is he sweaty? I feel like he looks like he has probably petroleum jelly on his face or something. He's like worried all the time.
He is sweaty.
He's sweating because he's got because he's.
Do you ladies want anything? Can I get anything for my beautiful wife and her friends?
Space would be nice. Girls,
If I'm not in here, I don't know where I'd be. So keep having your time.
Yeah.
I have a lot going on in here that I barely even know that you're talking.
That is wild. When you have sex, you make lots of money.
Yeah.
I would do Cheez-Its. There you go, Cheez-Its in the back. I would do Cheez-Its and another Cabernet.
Yes.
Or
My
Sauvignon.
beautiful wife, is there anything I could get for you as well?
Leave me. God,
Just
leave
to get
me.
the Cheez-Its. Just to get the Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its, you said?
Yeah. Okay. Cheez-Its, I said. Oh my God, if he doesn't leave you, well, my libido just left me. Forever.
This is our dynamic every day.
So why did you start? What was the first date like? Must have been weird and cryptic and kind of dark and scary.
Yeah,
And
he's
what?
just gotten closer over the years.
Well, you married
This
us.
is a cup of white cheddar. And this is a cup of the regular normal.
Oh, all right.
I didn't know what you wanted. I should have asked before I left.
Well, I think you've done enough. For us here, okay, yeah, you're like a gargoyle, you're just kind of always there. That's
It's my
fun.
favorite animal.
Do you eat like just noodles dry? You just eat noodles dry, huh? You're just kind of a wet noodle kind of person.
I make ramen and I don't put on the seasoning flavor.
You son of
The DMV, page 1. Oh, the DSM. Dyslexic. A, have normal thoughts.
Ooh, this is a weird, creepy, abnormal.
Normal thoughts. Some people experience abnormal thoughts.
What if I just got butt naked and just ran around and said, "Fuck you, mom"?
I love that there are examples. I just thought the DSM would be more specific. This is going to be a multiple choice test. Will it be oral? We're going to have to stand up and talk in front of the whole class? I just always wanted to be a therapist. I didn't know there'd be so much studying involved. I just really like to talk to people, and suddenly here I am sitting alone in the dorm room reading the DSM by myself. Not talking to anybody, except for Aunt June.
Yeah, sweet boy. You look so good in your little dorm room. I love your bedspread. I love your smile. Smile more, honey, sweet pea.
She had abnormal thoughts, but it was too early. People didn't know to call it that at the time. Now they would have been like, abnormal thoughts? We have something for you.
You ever just want to veer into traffic? Kind of get run over by the big bus or train or some kind of thing?
2011 was a different time. They didn't know.
I will crochet myself a little noose and just kind of slip one in there and just kind of live there in my sweater.
Aunt June, you know I want to be a therapist, but I don't pass it since I can't be.
Honey, the only thing worse that ever got me is in trouble, okay? So,
Bipolar disorder. I've heard this one. C. Chlamydia. What is this doing in here? D. God, is there one disease per letter?
Hey, Derek, what are you doing?
I'm studying. I'm this huge test to be a therapist. I mean, it's like 101, but if I don't pass it, I can't be a therapist.
That's how school works. Anyways, I was thinking about having kind of like a pregame over here, so if you could go.
You want me to come to it? You want me to go to your pregame?
What a wild thing for both of us to kind of stay at the same time.
I can go to your pregame? I can go to your pregame?
Only because you're my roommate, and that's absolutely the actual only
I'm really fun at pregames in high school. I would go and I knew I wanted to be a therapist, so I would pull people aside and ask them questions and then figure out what their secrets were and help them solve their problems.
So you just like wait in the bathroom, or where
Really anywhere. A lot of the time in the closet, but then also sometimes in the bathroom. Anywhere where people wander by themselves. You'd be surprised how many people went outside to take a pee against the brick wall. It was a lot.
Oh my god, this is us finally bonding, huh?
Ever since you were my roommate, I've been so excited to finally connect. You just sit there and crochet all day, and I'm like, what is she crocheting? Socks? Scarves? You never finish.
No, I don't really crochet. I just kind of like thought it was cute to do, so I just kind of yarn and like sticks. I'm like, you know,
That's
apparently
almost,
making mud.
it almost sounds like an abnormal thought. Did your like mom do that when you were a kid? Did your like?
Don't worry about mom.
Oh my god. Wait.
Don't worry.
I'm just like wondering if like all those times that you would have been like swaddled as a baby, if like it's like you're trying to crochet this like swaddling cloth and you never finish because and that face.
What?
And you know it's like a silly face that your mom should have made when you were a kid, but she
I
don't
was
think she did.
I was gonna.
No, here's the thing. You don't need to finish this. You don't need to finish it. No, don't finish it. You don't need to finish it. This isn't you. This unfinished cloth, like read your
All right, open up.
Oh my god,
All
I don't
right.
get a vodka out.
All right. Swear to God. Open up.
Hey, Susan.
Hey, it's Susan.
I thought you had a date tonight, Susan.
Yeah, I had a date. Got a call. Someone heard the word pregame said 5 times in a row about 5 minutes ago.
That sounds like very anxious. It sounds like you're very anxious.
So I had to leave the Olive Garden, leave the breadsticks behind,
No, those operations are already bad.
filled up my purse a little bit with the breadsticks.
Do you feel like you had to? Or do you
Didn't
feel
get a
like,
kiss from my date. Didn't kiss me.
Do you think that you left
The
before?
sweetest taste of garlic is on the lips.
Okay, come on.
Honey,
Everyone knows that.
Come in.
Got a call. Had my
Honey,
on-duty phone on me. Got a call.
do you want me to kiss you?
That's never it.
Are you good? Are you gonna be good this time?
Yeah, I promise. I promise. I'll be there. I promise.
That's actually rude. Guys, we have to find out what happens on this series finale of Glee. Thank you. Guys, this is Glee season 9. We open on a funeral. Whose? We don't know. The camera pans up and it's Rachel Berry. She startles awake. A bad nightmare. She's in her NYU dorm. Her roommate is Bianca, played by Cara Delevingne. Bianca says, "You got that funeral this weekend?" Rachel flies back to Ohio for a funeral. The picture at the front of the church, Sam's. In a shocking flashback, we see that Mr. Shue did in fact die in the shooting from before, and that Sam was the one who acted first and was also shot. He was in a coma for months, and he finally was taken off life support. He died a hero, and we all kind of forgot that he was a huge Trump supporter. Jake Gyllenhaal has taken over as the teacher of the Glee Club. We rarely see Rachel, Kurt, Mercedes, or Mike this season because the show isn't about them anymore. Tina, Blaine, Artie, Marley, Kitty, Unique, Kenan, and Emily are the Glee Club. You need 10 to be official, so we go back to auditions. And we get the additions of brothers Darren, a junior, and Chris, a sophomore. To get that play on words, I will give you a blowjob. Both are hot, and both are hot and played by Joe and Nick Jonas, respectively. In a twist, Darren is gay and Chris is bisexual. Both have a huge crush on Blaine. Throughout the season, we see them dealing with that drama. Blaine and Kurt do break up and are in fact not in game. Honestly, all I really care about at this point is Kenan and Emily and how they're doing. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Kenan has a huge crush on Darren, played by Joe Jonas. He's not obsessive, but he does have a sex dream about it. Kenan writes this really good song and sings it with Emily. Darren hears Kenan singing, but he doesn't see Kenan singing. Kenan sounds a lot like Blaine when he sings. So then the season is all about how Darren is looking for the guy that sang that song. Blaine doesn't date either Chris or Darren because he's sad about Kurt. At regionals, Kenan and Emily sing a duet and it kills. One of the warblers named Sebastian Smythe, played by Brant Gustin, winks at Kenan as they are walking backstage. They date for like 15 episodes, and in episode 19, Sebastian breaks up with Kenan in the most brutal way. How? I don't know. Through song. Kenan then gets the courage to perform his own original song with Emily at Nationals, and Darren realizes that it's Kenan that he's been looking for. Darren runs on stage and sings the perfect bridge that Kenan's song has always been missing. Emily's love life is also in a shithole at the beginning of the season. Her boyfriend found a video of her and Kenan talking about how they have sex, and he didn't realize that it was all comedy. She does have a crush on Chris. Chris and Emily do hook up at a party, and he thinks she's really funny. She's kind of weird to him after, but that's because she's in love. They do confess their love for each other soon after, and that's chill. He finds her alt comedy funny and also thought about doing a fake incest bit with Darren, but the world's not ready for that. New Directions wins Nationals again, and it's great. Yeah, thank you. Kenan wins a Golden Globe and an Emmy. Emily wins an Emmy, but is upset at the Golden Globes by Julia Louis-Dreyfus in her new comedy. Jake Gyllenhaal also wins an Emmy. The worst song is Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, performed by Vocal Adrenaline. They were trying way too hard. And the best song is Boots Need Knockin' by Luke Bryan, performed by Emily and Kenan in a sketch. The song has lines about kissing and sex, and they allude that it's them. And that's what causes Emily and her boyfriend to break up. But it's all comedy. And unfortunately, Glee did end up getting canceled after that, for real this time. And we'll always have those memories. So coming to the stage now is no one. It's intermission. Be back in 5, 10. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Just tell me when to go.
You can see the link of your item. Oh, I look okay, yeah.
I'll introduce you.
And I look gorgeous and nothing's wrong with me. Everything's perfect. Thank you.
I'm
pretty sure the rest of it really good. Oh, Sarah, you're red. Oh my gosh, yeah, do a post for me. Yeah. What's his name? What do you say? 14.
Hey guys! Kitchen crew, come in. It's fine. Welcome back. Welcome back to the second.
All right.
Guys, how is everyone's, when you ever think about the rain, you ever think about, just like, so many particles of something at once? Like, how can we process it that much? Can you be aware of every raindrop?
No.
Oh, okay. How about that? Now, if you expand your mind into a three-dimensional face space, like And, you know, I think we'll find when we really look inside ourselves and think, where am I? A lot of times you'll answer a room. Thank you very much. I'm going to stick around and do some noises while people do it.
Every time I wear my hat forward, I think I look a lot like my dad. Y'all can't see that. That bit was stupid. You don't. Sound!
Thank you. Give it up for your host and every single person that's here. Woo! My name is Adrian. This is so fun. Like, you guys are all improvisers. You're like spur of the moment fun. I absolutely need to be at a party like this where like I get the talking stick, I say what I need to say, and then I be quiet. This is like perfect for me. No, my name is Adrian, which is how I like to introduce myself to women, not to men, because every time I say my name is Adrian to a man, they say, hey, Adrian. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Actually, I feel so safe and at home. This is good. So I introduce myself to women, and I'm like, my name is Adrian. That these like straight gym teacher type men are always telling me about Rocky. They're like Stalloning me, but they will not leave me alone. Weird how that happens. And I was at one such party, very different than this. It was actually all pastors, which is that's actually the only type of party I get invited to. I am not religious. Discernibly at all, but I was at a pastor party, and I got the vibe. I was like, yes. I'm always like kind of going to Sunday school, and I went on and on about this. Like I thought it was a good story about my name, sort of like my history with it, what it means to me. And then I thought, my God, this girl I'm talking to, I'm being so rude. What is your name? And I swear to God, she looked at me and said her name was Bridget Jones. It was like, okay, one-upping me? Absolutely one-upping me. You're the title character. You thought, like, Colin Firth. Like,
Meat gets more screen time than Adrian does in Rocky. I was like, humble thyself, bitch. Back off my story. No, I think names are cool. I think it's really fascinating how you kind of grow up into your name, or maybe like you're kind of like, people are like, oh, you know, that's kind of weird for you. Like when I was a kid, I gave myself a nickname, which I think you should do. Always give yourself one. They're the least accurate. I put a B in front of my name when I was a kid so that it read Badrian. And then I continued to live my life doing nothing bad. Have I ever done a drug? Yeah, one time. But it's mostly like I grew up and everyone taught me to say no. No one teaches you how to say please. No one teaches you how to say please. So I did it. And I also, so I gave myself that name. I knew a man growing up when I was 22. He called himself to lovers, to professionals alike. He called himself Papa Bear. Yeah, and if you think I wasn't extremely horny for that, then tell me why. Tell me why for months I did hook up with him, and one time I was bleeding from my shin because I fell down. And he was bleeding from his face. We don't know why. We had one very passionate night, and I go to all these like stand-up things. And everyone's like, period sex, and I'm like, okay, but what if it's everywhere else? Everywhere else, is that hot to you? I kind of think so. No, I recently got a new job. Anything I hate your job? Yeah. Okay, I don't. I'm thankful for my job. I spent 4 months very unemployed. And I was thinking all summer, like, what are my strengths? What am I good at? What have I been doing my whole entire life? And one is telling high school choir directors to get over themselves. You have no power over me. I had a choir director in high school who told me verbatim, Adrian, I said, what can I do to get in the good choir? I'm in the bad choir, and I'm a senior now. He was like, Adrian, to be honest, your talent doesn't align with your passion. I was like, that's beautiful because you're a teacher. You have the power to change this. Like, you're the difference between me doing this and singing "The Hero" by Mariah Carey at my county fair, making it big. I wouldn't be here right now. No, I would. I love it. No, that's one of my passions. And actually, I do have a passion for education. Not with books, because books are, say it with me, not that good. I don't think books, I have an English degree. I can tell you certifiably books aren't that good. They're not that good. There are better ways to do what books do. I was at Jewel Truly this week. And I do have a tattoo of James Joyce on my arm. Cool of me. People have said, is that your dad? I'm like, father of modern literature, bitch. No, I was at Jewel this week, and a kid looked at me and he said, and I got it in the most conspicuous place too. Like, you can't hide it. The kid goes, what is that? And I said, and he always gets them. He said he always gets them. And if you're saying, and I see some of you out there saying, Adrian, actually, the pod racer scene is episode 1. I would like to say to you, I was a little busy. Having the time of my life. No, absolutely terrible. Oh, horrible. No, neither. That's actually not very fair to all of my like, I don't know, 2 exes, because you've heard of like cuffing season. I don't do that, but I do have about 6 guys that text me once a month to say you're the coolest. Like, what equinox is that? What have I done to deserve this? This is good. No, I had an ex-boyfriend. We're still friends, and we occasionally go on road trips together because I don't value my sanity or my mental health. I don't know. And we truly were, all these stories are so true. And we were on a road trip, and he said to me, he was kind of talking about dinosaurs. He was really into Jurassic Park, which is fine. You can be into Jurassic Park, but I don't really get it if you're into Jurassic Park because you like dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are bad. The dinosaurs are the monsters. He made a monster park for kids. that's like saying that I like the Titanic because of the majesty of icebergs. Like, I don't get it. But he loves Jurassic Park. And he said to me, Adrian, I know what kind of dinosaur you would be if you were one.
No.
I was like, tell me. I gotta know. He said you would be the oviraptor, which for the layman is the egg thief. So I unpacked that. I was like, what does this mean to me? And I was like, is it stealing eggs if I froze mine for when I need a freaking rockaballer? And also I know what kind of dinosaur you would be, which is Barney, because I loved him, he loved me, and we were unceremoniously canceled in 2009. Okay, my name's Adrian.
Not everybody! Hey guys. Glee may be over, but not all shows are. This next one was, I wrote it when I found out that I was hosting houseprov and I thought about my bit. I was like, oh, I'm gonna write monologues from characters' perspectives that before they even walk onto the show. And it worked for this one. And that's it. Every other time I tried to write down anything, it just came out, I'm poo-poo, poo-poo. So, I'm going to eat this real quick. Yes, all gays have wigs. This is disgusting. This is it has dreads. I'm canceled. I'm literally canceled. I am appropriating culture. But anyways, this is Addison Forbes Montgomery Shepherd. Before she walks on to Grey's Anatomy. Well, you know if you return my phone calls. Hi, I'm Addison Shepherd. And you must be the bitch that's been screwing my husband. No, I can't call her a bitch. She doesn't know I exist. She's not the enemy. Well, she is, but is it her fault? Is it her fault that my asshole of a husband found out that my asshole of a me slept with his hot asshole of a best friend? No, so I will not call her a bitch. But I will not be nice. Or maybe I should be nice. Truly, what am I to do? Busy will not stop calling, and the captain is no help. And where the hell is Archer? What would Naomi do? Well, first off, Naomi wouldn't sleep with her husband's best friend. She does, because her husband's best friend is her. And she sleeps with her husband. And I am spiraling. What is my end game? To go to Seattle, win my husband Derek back, and lose him to the LOHL love of his life? Stay for a couple more seasons, literal seasons like fall and winter, and then move to sunny Los Angeles to join my best friend Naomi and her husband, soon to be ex-husband, and but they finally remarry in our series finale husband Sam, all while dealing with my fertility issues and falling in love with a cop. It doesn't work out. My coworker Pete, he'll die in a canyon of a heart attack. Who's in love with our coworker Violet? She'll have her baby cut out of her by one of her patients and almost die, and then go on a spiritual journey and come back ready to be a mom. Who is best friends with our coworker Cooper, who's a sex freak pediatrician, who is in love with Charlotte, an actual bitch, but me, the reader, Kenan, loves her. Who is an addict? Who is an addict, just like my ex-sister-in-law Amelia, who will leave and move to Seattle and weirdly have a brain tumor. And then finally, adopt my first son, Henry, and marry the LOML love of my life, Jake, and live happily ever after. Yeah, that's my end game. And to think it all starts with me saying, hi, I'm Addison Shepherd, and you must be the woman screwing my husband.
Yeah!
So fucking stupid. And if you know me, you know that stupid is a compliment, and all y'all saying, aw, fuck. Things can be more than one. God. I have 2 more bits planned. There's 2 teams left. This next one, they're great. You can, I don't know, right? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm canceled. Cancel me. Coming to the stage. Stable Manor!
Hello, we are Stable Manners. Please may we get a suggestion of one word, anything at all. Moss.
I think everyone should lose their virginity at camp. Personally, I think it's a rite of passage. I think it's what being a teenager really is about. Because you're not one with nature, but also there are boys and girls.
Calamine lotion's real nice. It makes all the itching stop, you know, and it's good for like mosquitoes and bug bites and poison ivy.
Yeah, sloths move so slow that moss can grow on their backs. And that's part of the reason they're my favorite animal. That and they have really flat faces.
Some people think that bunk beds are not the way to go, and those people are right. But that won't stop you if you're at camp. You have very limited options, and let me tell you, having that nice little yoga mat on top of a bunk bed is better than a lick.
Some people think that, you know, Windex can cure everything, but I think calamine lotion can. I think it can cure all, actually. My mom doesn't believe me when I said it could cure her divorce, but I think it could. I really do. I put it on my dad's belly button when he was asleep, and they kissed in the morning.
Yeah, I do think sloths should sue the Marvel Universe. I do think that. Because they're 3-toed and Wolverine has 3 claws and it's too similar.
You know, and if you think to yourself that when your parents come pick you up and you have to say bye to Derek for probably the last time, don't think that his girlfriend from back home won't be there, because she will. She will be there. And she'll later message you on Facebook and accuse you of holding hands with her boyfriend in the forest, which you didn't know. You didn't know. But he knew, and that makes him
I just think that, you know, if you're scared of something, maybe bring a bottle of calamine lotion with you, because it can really help. And I've seen the monster under my bed, and he's scared of my calamine lotion.
Yeah, so if you could just sign here to donate to save the rainforest, I'd really appreciate it. I can't believe that just happened.
I'm floored.
Are you okay?
I'm catching my breath, but I think I'll be okay.
That Uber driver chased you.
I mean, chased me.
He didn't know that this girl's prepared for a 5K.
No,
she outran him.
5K, 5 blocks.
Well, yeah.
My thing is, like, you needed to paint your nails in the car, and that's just the facts of the situation, so you shouldn't get mad.
He doesn't know my morning. He doesn't know exactly where I'm going. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know this is the biggest day of your life.
Exactly.
Not everyone gets this opportunity, okay? Not everyone gets to be the keynote speaker at the flagship Rainforest Cafe Employee Appreciation Day.
And that's a fact. Thank you both for understanding.
Of course.
Thanks so much.
God, Savannah, are you kidding?
It's just, you know, I feel like when I told my parents this news,
They didn't care.
they didn't care.
They don't get it.
They don't get it. They don't get how important the Rainforest Cafe is.
Also, you can't truly have a good restaurant experience unless it is introduced by someone. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
A fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And if my nails weren't the color of hunter green because I'm introducing the Rainforest Cafe, they would have kicked me out. They would have given the job to somebody else.
My whole thing is, I hope it did not mess up your speech, because you prepared so long for that. I'm gonna get you both cocktails right now.
I don't know. I truly don't know if I should have it.
We're getting paid for today, right?
Yes,
You're the manager.
I am the manager.
Okay.
And I know what, I just like my employees to have fun. And if that means having a bar cart in the back kitchen, then that means that's what we have to do.
Jurgens, you're just the best.
Yes, you are the best.
You know, I just appreciate having you guys.
Well, we're happy to be
Yeah,
here.
this is my first job ever.
Oh yeah, what? No, what?
Yeah, I lied on my resume.
Oh, I don't even read them.
Okay, good. I heard like serving jobs are mostly about presentation. So I
Exactly.
just went with that.
Exactly.
And here I am, 7 years later.
Would have fooled me. I thought you were a natural the first day. I really did.
So my parents wouldn't let me get a job in high school. I had too much money. They didn't want me to pay for anything by myself. They said no. They said, "Oh, you want to go on a girls' weekend? Here's $500."
That's very nice. I feel like I've worked for every opportunity up until this point. And, I mean, even I worked for this, but
Well, you have a degree in journalism. You were meant for this.
What?
You didn't read my resume, of course.
I
This
did.
makes sense. This makes sense. I do. I went to Northwestern University,
Wow.
and I got my degree in journalism. And
I should really read some resumes. I'm learning a lot.
Jerk, where'd you get your start?
Oh God. You don't want to know about my history.
Yes.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
I do.
You're an enigma to me, and this cocktail's making me feel like
Oh,
I can ask anything.
Okay. Well, you know, restaurants, my thing. So
Clearly.
I started out working at my family's summer camp. And let me tell you, once you
Your
bring out-
family owns it, or it's a summer
whole
camp
summer?
for family?
No, my family owned it.
okay, gotcha.
Camp Tippecanoe,
Camp
Brownsburg, Indiana.
Oh my god.
Camp Tippecanoe. I went there.
Yes!
I went there. I went there. Yes.
Did you go to the church side or like the craft side?
I went to the craft side.
Okay.
The craft side.
Alright. That's amazing.
Well-
I've never met someone who's actually gone to the camp.
Yes.
Everyone doesn't stay long.
No, I was there a day, and then my parents picked me up.
No,
It was
that's
great.
not
Okay, so
my
you got started at this camp.
Yeah, I got started at the camp in the mess hall, learned my craft.
That makes sense. The mess hall was the best part of that camp.
Truly, honestly, yes. Because when you go to camp, where do you make memories?
The mess hall.
My parents wouldn't let me go to camp. We were too rich. I'm sorry.
Is a sad or is that a sad
It's
or a
sad.
brag?
I always wanted to go. I love the Parent Trap, both versions. Maybe I can meet my sister.
Lillian, what did your parents let you do then? If you had the money, they obviously let you do something that they financed.
This is so embarrassing. Every summer, I went to Lexington, Kentucky, which is where my grandma lives, and I trained under a Michelin star chef.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I would commute to Louisville every day because that's actually where the culinary arts are very big, not Lexington. And yeah, that's what I did every summer. Learned nothing, but I was there and present. So
here serving at the
Rainforest Cafe.
To think you could be making all those meals back there.
oh,
Probably
I
have
could
this
never.
skill.
Oh wait, okay.
Food grosses me out.
Oh, I'm willing to give anybody an opportunity here,
I think you should.
as long
try
as
it.
you dazzle me.
I think you should try it. I
You
think
mean here at the Rainforest Cafe, I could go back to the freezer and get everything from the menu and then heat it up?
Any Joe Schmo can be a chef at the Rainforest Cafe.
That's incredible. I only know how to make the salads because that's my side work.
That's the most technique-driven job of the
So really, I'm more of a chef than you.
Oh yeah, I'm a manager. I'm a manager. I manage people, give them direction, provide them guidance, and hopefully some fun in between shifts.
So
I'm just excited to write this article about you guys and give the keynote speech.
let's have a sample.
A sample of the speech?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did Ding ding, ding ding ding.
Okay,
She's talking.
I would love. Yes, please do that. Really. Everybody, we are gathered here today.
Oh, and you're gonna have a cocktail on stage.
I'm gonna have it, but it's only gonna be a little bit sipped from. Otherwise, I'll forget the speech. Not that that's happened before or anything. I've never forgotten a speech.
Shut up. You don't want him to know.
We're gathered here today at this rainforest cafe.
Ding ding.
And people say to me, Faye, don't be so blasé. It's not just a rainforest.
You're gonna do it again. You're gonna do it again if you keep on this track. I'm sorry, I have to tell you something that she's not talking about.
What? Go on.
She used to work for Joe's Crab Shack. And she got fired at a similar event.
You promised.
Jurgen has to
Was it
know
on
some
the
Jurgen, don't look at me any differently.
Was it on the resume?
You wouldn't have read it anyway.
Shit. Also, it wasn't on the resume.
Okay.
Why did
You worked at Joe's Crab Shack.
But it's not that she worked at Joe's Crab Shack, it's what she did during that keynote address.
What?
Talk about it. You just were rhyming and it reminded me of it.
It reminded. Okay.
Tell me the history.
I did a musical.
Oh my God! What?
And she did the whole show of 42nd Street, and then Joe's Crab Shack got sued by Musical Theater International because they did an unsponsored showing, and that's why they're going bankrupt. It was their fault for not casting me
Oh
in the
my
first
God.
place.
Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to say Christina Ebersol was way better in the revival than you did.
Let me just tell you, if we don't get a ripped off musical at the Rainforest Cafe keynote speaker, then I don't know what my whole purpose here is.
I swore off musicals after that. Okay? I'm on to poetry now.
Ding, ding, ding!
It's the Rainforest Cafe. Rainforest Cafe. We're here today, darling. Rainforest Cafe.
Rainforest Cafe!
I loved all that. You can't say Tarzan though, or Edgar Rice Burroughs.
They will
Will
shut
sue us.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will shut down.
Okay.
My God, my adrenaline's pumping, man. That was incredible.
I haven't performed since I went.
What else did you do?
I did go to camp.
You did?
I did go to camp,
Is this
but
where you
it
got
wasn't in a
there?
cabin or in the woods.
Like what? Where? What is that then?
It was at the JCC. I went to theater camp for a week, so I have been to camp. Wow.
What was the music number that you performed?
Oh, me?
Please tell us.
It was an original piece. A little bit of a rap. But it wasn't Hamilton. Oh no. Jane Austen wrote so much to know. Some dudes gave her crazy looks because she was totally calling them out and they wanted to up and start on a girl. She gonna write all day and night. She was like, no, I'm gonna put him and fight. Say fuck you and write about 100 novels. And to me, you're gonna come and grovel. I was singing John Mayer the other day.
Guilty.
There might be more talent than just a duo. Maybe
Guys, nobody wants to hear about the amateurs singing.
Oh, everybody wants to hear
Are you
the
kidding
amateurs
me?
singing.
I'm following. Guys, I feel something moving in me.
Let it
feel
move
like
through you.
running through the halls of your high school.
Scream at the top of my lungs. And it might be a song, it might be a rap. We don't know. John Mayer had a lot of albums, you see. Battle Studios. He also had songs that were a little folk-like. People didn't like him as much, but they were also good. He came back on tour. I went and saw him. Yeah. He was really cool. He had the John Mayer Trio. Steve Jordan Palladino. Steve Jordan Pino Palladino. That's the John Mayer Trio.
Wow, stable manners. I would see that Jane Austen that musical, and I would love it. Make the stage bigger for the last team. So before I have two, like I said earlier, I have 2 bits left. One before the last team and one after the last team. Which is what I've been doing all night. I love to sing. I do not like hearing myself sing. Because I sound like Blaine from Glee. I get rock hard. I'm gonna sing. What if I like ever auditioned for Glee? If it was ever around, this is what I would sing. I'm only gonna do a little bit of it because we don't have time. But God, this song is so bad. Can y'all hear me? I can hear you. Okay. It's like a intro bit, but this is a song that I would sing with my twin sister Emily. Birds need bees and ice needs whiskey. Boys like me need girls like you to kiss me. Fishing in the dark need gritty under that pale moon. Sweet tea needs that sugar stirring. Blood nights need both hands burning. Shades need drawn. Hearts need falling. Boots need knocking. Knocking boots. And that is, and knocking boots is a southern thing for having sex. And if I did have a sister, I would fuck her. But God didn't give me a sister, so He must have known. He must have known. All that, baby. Coming to the stage is our final team of the night. And guys, I don't want this night to end, but it has to. It's gonna be great. These are 3 of my truly favorite people in this city. I love every single one of them. It's Before Thursday!
Sarah. This is Arlo, and we are
Before Thursday.
Yeah! Thank you so much. Can we get a suggestion of anything at all?
Scuba.
Scuba?
I heard scuba. Thank you.
That's pretty cool. I love scuba.
Thank you.
True love.
I heard true love. Thank you.
It's true love.
Thank you.
Can we have a suggestion of anything at all, please?
Corn dog.
Corn nuggets?
Corn dog.
Corn dog?
I heard corn dog. Thank
Wait, do
you.
you guys see this painting?
What's that?
It's a corn dog.
Thank you.
Anything at all, please?
Grass dog.
Grass top.
I heard grass top.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
Did you
What
read
is that?
That's a grass top.
Thank
Can we get a
you.
suggestion, please? Cat.
I heard cat. Thank you. Cat. Thank you.
Restroom over there?
What's that?
Restroom over there? Yeah. Okay. Feel free.
No.
You okay, Luce?
No.
Hey, Luce. Can you bring my brush out when you come? You should get ready.
No, I know.
15.
I was
Some too, yeah. It's just fun to watch, you know?
Take it. Take it.
Oh.
How we doing in there?
We gotta start getting ready in 15.
Sure.
Gotta be honest, sounds like you're struggling.
Huh?
I gotta be honest, it sounds like you're struggling. I told you, we didn't have to order chicken Alfredo. We could have gotten the red sauce.
I'm okay.
She's crying.
I'm fine.
She's literally crying.
I'm okay.
You know she does this
I'm okay.
She just Lucy,
Let her
Lucy,
get it
I
out.
have Imodium. I have Imodium. It's
Oh God.
no, I have Imodium. It's in the. What do you mean no?
I don't want to die. You're not gonna die. You're just gonna poop your pants.
You're not gonna die.
It's okay.
You're not gonna die. We have to go.
We love
We
you.
told them we'd go.
We're
Okay.
here for you.
And we can't be the three sisters from Hocus Pocus if there's not three of them, okay?
Okay.
We gotta do it.
Okay.
We
Okay.
gotta get ready in 15 minutes because that little heart on your lips is gonna take at least 12 to drop. So
I'll be brave. You have to pull through, okay? We bought a vacuum just for this.
well, it's good to have it.
No.
Maybe this isn't the right puzzle. Loose. God. Okay.
It sounds like another one. God. Will you open a window?
There's
Open a window.
There's fireworks. They started the fireworks already, Loose. Did you hear that?
We're missing the fireworks.
We're missing the fireworks.
This isn't on you, but I'm just saying we're missing the fireworks.
It's a little bit on you because we
It's
have
on
tons
you,
of
we're
breadsticks.
missing fire.
We had chicken parm on the table, and you purposely took 2 helping portions of fettuccine alfredo when you knew you would shit your brains out.
Okay.
Mere 15 minutes.
You know what? She wants to do it, so just let her do
Okay.
it. Okay.
But it's affecting us.
Okay. Well, it's affecting her more, clearly. So.
I've decided something. I've decided that I will go on with the evening. And that I will be that I am brave and that I can conquer anything. And that one day maybe I'll find my light at the bottom of the porcelain cavern. And that maybe one day.
Where do you think this one goes?
I'll see. And then everybody else will see.
I think that's from the wrong puzzle.
Yeah. This obviously has SpongeBob's eye on it.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
That was nice. I really do think we did fine. I think we did fine.
I think the judges like this.
No, I think so.
No.
If anything, I think that maybe I took a misstep by accident.
No.
Literally,
I worked with it.
No, we worked with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely you then, Olivia.
I don't know what happened or who it was. All I know is that
It was for sure. It was your fault.
oh,
But no, but it's not that it was your fault. It was just that maybe.
well,
Olivia, it happens to the best of us. It
Yeah,
just
okay.
happened to you at the most important audition of our life.
okay.
So I don't
I'm
know.
sure there's gonna be other seasons of America Got Talent.
No, I know. Totally.
Maybe.
I mean, the tequila guy got on, so we'll
Yeah.
probably get on.
Maybe. I mean, like,
the tequila guy got on.
I mean, who knows what Howie Mandel's done? You know?
Yeah.
Like, have we delved deep enough into his past?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I to be fair, okay, look, I farted like 3 times. I did.
And
that's what made me hot! And that's what made me hot! Twist your ass with my face!
Olivia, what did I say? Olivia, what did I say?
You said that's a fuck.
And what did you do?
It wasn't for Toots McGee over here. I might have been fine.
I told you to have that already happening inside your head. What Toots McGee did is not her fault. Cassidy has IBS, and you knew that going into this.
We shouldn't have gone to Olive Garden. That's all I'm saying. And maybe if we didn't go to Olive Garden, then none of this would be happening. And
It's
then,
not your fault, and you know it.
You know what? Maybe if Olivia wasn't born, it wouldn't be happening. So.
okay.
I
wouldn't have been born. God.
That's a team player.
Oh my god, I wish I was dead. Oh my god, did you see the way Howie looked at us?
Yeah.
He felt sorry for us! How? We should be sorry for him!
I do.
Yeah, he's bald.
My dad's fault. What are you trying to say, Cassidy?
I just wish that Olivia hadn't been born.
The thing, the problem with what?
No.
Okay.
No.
The problem with Howie Mandel is that he can't touch people,
Right.
and that's his issue.
Yeah.
That we will continue to make
He
fun
looks
of.
like a
Yeah.
snake.
Yeah.
That's why we feel bad for him.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel bad for him.
So you're saying that my dad looks like a snake?
I didn't say that, but I guess you can pull that from that, can't you?
You know, I kind of wish maybe we hadn't done this.
Howie is tearing us apart. And
I
I
feel-
said that at the start. I said if we do American Got Talent, then Howie will not tear us apart.
And then I said, it's America's Got Talent, and then you got mad, and then you got mad,
And
and
I
then we
sneezed in
all...
your face.
Yeah, and then I tooted! I think we were better off just staying in Oklahoma, you guys. I really do.
Okay, fine. I screwed up the routine. And I cried on stage. And Howie came up and gave me a tissue from 5 feet away. He literally balled it up and threw it at me.
Which was super cool!
We got to eat a New York slice of pizza!
I know!
And we folded it up! Charlotte, come on!
There was grease running all the way down my elbow!
Come on, Charlotte!
Don't cry.
I'm not
So pretty
crying.
when you cried.
Maybe it's not about this, you guys.
Just because I look pretty when I cry doesn't mean I'm gonna cry right now.
Maybe it's not about making it, you guys. I mean, we had a lot of fun getting here. We had a lot of fun, rehearsing and talking and crying and,
I think something that I learned from this.
Oh my god, she's gorgeous.
Is that when you're a teen,
oh my God, you're crying to me.
She's gonna sing.
when you're a teen, you can't just single someone out just because they suck. And just because Olivia sucks doesn't mean that I wasn't good.
Charlotte, literally no one said that.
And just because Gwyneth Paltrow
tweeted me. Doesn't mean that I should just break off from everybody else and become my own solo act. I'm pretty sure about her. And just because Terry Crews offered to eat my ass doesn't mean that I'm not gonna let him do it, because I will. And he already did. What?
Is it okay if I take that window seat?
No, that's fine. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's not much you get up for there. I don't know. I'll sit in the middle.
She let me.
Do you mind? Actually, do you mind if I
I'll sit in the middle.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You want to sit in the middle?
No, go ahead.
You want to sit in the middle?
No, fine. Okay. my name's Cassie.
Chevy.
Chevy?
Yeah.
Like the car?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, Chevy.
People call me Ford though. And they're like the car, and I said, no, Fjord, like the land
Yeah,
mass.
yeah. Is there a J?
Oh, land
Is
mass.
there a J? Is there a J?
Don't ask. Thank you.
I care.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
I know.
This is gonna be fun. Well, this is gonna be fun.
Can you imagine where we're gonna be 13 hours from now?
Yeah.
Outside. Yeah.
What were you saying?
Friends. I was gonna say we were gonna be friends.
Oh, that can't be good. That can't be good. That can't be good. Okay. That wasn't me.
What are you listening to? She's she can't.
Okay, and that's broken.
Gosh.
Okay.
I packed all of my books. And my check luggage. So.
Was your ticket
Closing
really
the
cheap?
goddamn door. Well.
Oh, I love that song. I love that song.
Was your ticket like under $50?
What do you think the drink service stuff?
I don't know.
Can you close the window?
No. I literally can't. I tried. Do you hear that?
It's kind of beautiful. We'll be able to see the ocean and everything, and I think it'll be kind of nice. It would be
Oh,
like,
have you never seen the ocean?
no, I've never seen the ocean.
Oh, right.
I know.
Oh, my God. You're gonna see it today.
I
You're
know.
gonna see it today.
I've actually never left Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big
So,
change.
Big. It's big.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
And no matter what, no matter what happens in the finale, best of luck.
What?
Okay, best of luck.
Yeah.
You know.
No, totally.
I hope you win.
No, I hope that you guys. I don't even want to win.
Yeah, I
you
know, right?
I know. That's not even what
Yeah.
I'm here for. You know.
Your dog is so cute.
Thanks.
They're really
I
talented.
know. I am literally terrified because they're under us right now.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and it's like so scary
Yeah.
because they die.
Yeah.
There's some
I
time.
heard about
So
that.
that's really terrifying.
So are you guys gonna talk a little quiet?
Yeah. Definitely.
Like I was saying, you had your music in, but I packed all my books into my checked luggage, and so I don't have anything to do.
Oh.
Hi there, would you like a drink?
So I was thinking, hi, what are you doing over there?
I don't know.
It's so weird. I thought I had the aisle seat, but I guess for you, where's the aisle?
This
then?
isn't my life. Never been in a plane like this.
Into a white Russian? Just guessing, by the looks of you.
Yes,
You like milk and a drink. I actually don't know what's inside of it.
I love
I think
that.
that's it.
Can I just have a glass of milk? Would that be okay?
Whoops.
Can I? What did you do? I don't know. Confused.
Can I? Are you done? Okay. Can I just have a shot of pickle juice?
Very cool. Can I get one as well? You could toss it in the milk if you wanted to.
Ma'am!
Oh my God, this plane is huge.
Ma'am!
Okay. I guess you didn't want anything.
I do.
All right. That's okay.
Sorry, I have to take care of something.
Yes, I'm sorry?
Hi, I ordered ordered a shot of pickle juice.
Yeah, that's disgusting. So I will not be serving you that.
It helps my digestive
I
system.
It helps my husband to fart in the covers. So
This is my friend, and she
Oh,
ordered a shot of
no,
pickle
you
juice.
can actually sit down.
She ordered it, and I wanted to be her backup, just in case she.
You can actually sit down though. It's fine. I'll take care of it. If you want one, I'll get you one. Okay? What's
Thank
your
you
name?
so much.
I'm gonna
Chevy?
get you one.
Chevy.
I'm gonna get you one.
Thank you so much.
This is actually just for my own
If you
personal
give it to me, I'll kiss you.
supply. What?
If you what?
I'll give it to you if you kiss me. No.
Before Thursday! Guys. Come in. Guys, this is the last of my bits. And to to get me through it, I'm gonna need my best friend. So to the person who is come in or out. I'm just kidding. It's a bit. I mean, I'm gonna need my best friend in the entire world. So to the person who I've asked to be in this, can you come up? Emily is truly my best friend in the entire world, and so I wrote this for us.
You, a hot priest, product of nature, hot.
You, a 25-year-old model trying to get back to her God. Together, we will find God or lose God, but together we will be revived.
No, what I'm saying, Father Johansson, is what if doubt isn't a bad thing? Doubt is what makes our faith stronger. And those kinds of doubt is when we realize what we truly believe in.
Or it's when we make excuses for the fucked up things God allows to happen.
Like what?
The world we live in. Have you seen the news?
Yeah, it sucks.
Or you being my perfect type, but me vowing celibacy.
You being my perfect type, but being an improvat priest.
I was warned about you.
By who?
God.
Really?
No, your mom. Said you wanted to bang a hot priest since Fleabag season 2.
Yeah! It's true. A hot priest or an agent that can get me 3 national commercials a year, or a job in HR where I make $60,000 a year with unlimited vacation time and I can wear jeans to the office. This is all true.
I can't help you there.
But can you be my hot priest?
Yes. And that's our show! Give it up for the team that performed. You can go out.
Okay.
I don't want to shit the stage.
Okay.
I love you, but the spotlight is mine. Give it up for everyone that performed from in reverse order before Thursday. Stable Manners. David Dow. Marlo. Intermission. Bonfire. Tim Dobbins. Mary Kate and Ashley Brinkerton. Holmes is filling in for Mary Kate. And art by Toby Child. House by Chris and his roommate. Hosting me. Guys, if you want, I will give you a blowjob.
Thanks for coming. This has been houseprov 24. We've done 24 of these. We're 3.5 years old now. We're going to keep going. So if you're ever interested in performing in any way, music, art, stand-up, solo, sketch, improv, or anything else in between, let me know, or any of the other 3 people that produced the thing, Kristen Hall and Becky Trombley. We'll post pictures and video from the event. We've been streaming the whole thing, so stay tuned on Facebook and keep close on that Facebook event, or sign up for the newsletter. There's something somewhere if you want to sign up for it. The art is, I'm deciding, for sale, so if you're interested in either, I think, Bob's Burger inspired, Hey Arnold inspired, or movie inspired artwork in your home, come talk to me or any of the other producers. Thanks everybody that came out, that performed, that did anything, especially our hosts that gave up their home for the evening. And yeah, stay tuned. Houseprov 25 coming up soon, probably in November. And get home safe. Have a good night.